Alright, so I spent an extra half hour getting here. I had to park over in Little Silver Island. That building is still vacant, and I've been trying to contact the people who own the building. I'm getting mixed signals from them. I'm getting one, they want to demolish the building. Two, they don't want to pay for the demolition cost. And three, they don't want to sell the building. So I don't know what to make of it. I'm going to try it again. Both phone and email. No one's responding now. So anyway, the parking spots were all full. I went over to Lynn Hall Park early, and unfortunately I couldn't get a parking spot. Now watch, I'll go over there right now, and there'll be like 3 or 4 open. Terrible. I mean, there was a line of at least 6 cars. So there was absolutely no way I could get an open spot. So I said, okay, I guess I'm going to have to bicycle over the bridge. So I greased the gears, I greased the brakes, and I adjused the gears too, so that it should be bicycling pretty good. We'll see here. Downshifting. There's a jump over here. That was the first shift of gear in transit, so it could have been, jiggled in transit. I'm going to have to downshift some more here. Get over the bridge. Alright, so hopefully I have the cameras in optimum angles. So it's May the 13th, Saturday, 2022. And going over the Matanzas Pass Bridge to go to Fort Beach. Look it down. There's not that many nails. I'm seeing a lot of wood chips. I'm not seeing that many nails. Looking at do-it-yourself marina, and they're doing a lot of business down there. So I was already at Fort Myers Beach, and the beach was pretty crowded by Lynn Hall Park already. There was like, I went behind the Lighthouse Resort, and there was 2 very tight parking spots that I'm not sure if they're public or not. I don't trust that area enough to park, so I didn't park there. I'd rather park in areas that I trust. Although today, over here at Little Silver Island, there's a guy blasting music, Dire Straits of all music, and I'm gonna have to cut that off the video. And he was looking at me like he wants to rob my car. I made sure I hit the lock button. Alright. I don't see Gigabit, that big yacht parked here. The pirate boat already came in, so the morning outing, I guess they're done. And I guess they'll have an afternoon outing. The water is beautiful. It's azure. You can see it from here. It is a beautiful blue-green. There are some nice patchy clouds. That's a patchy cloud straight ahead that's making that dark blue in the water. Sanibel, you can easily see it today. Humidity is down big time. I greased the brakes, but now it's making a squeal. That must have been the initial squeal, because I got the brakes on now, it's not squealing. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, look at Yucatan Inn. The sign there, it says open. Still got their food prep area outside Yucatan Inn. And people are paying. Looks like they're paying up to $20 a day to park here. thing. There's Lee County parking, and then there's Fort Myers Beach parking. Lee County parking is free. Fort Myers Beach parking, they're going to get you for $5 an hour. So we're gonna. I'm not going all the way down to Pink Shell again because I know it's destroyed. Now the breeze is blowing kind of south and north, so it's hard to say which direction of the beach is best to bicycle down. But I'm gonna start at the north end of the island and go down the beach this way. We'll see how it goes. Again, I was in here at Lynn Hall Park. I'm just looking right here on the right hand side, right after this 905 Estero, which looks like, again, it's for sale. There looks like some parking spots. See, right now no one's parking here. There's not even a 6-car wait. Ridiculous. I see 2 parking spots, but I'm not sure if that's available or not. Yeah, some people are putting their stuff away. Great. Oh. No, some people are putting their stuff away ready to leave, but there's not an open spot yet. So, the water's gorgeous. I'm trying to think, what should be the theme of my bicycle ride today? A theme, good one. I didn't put any thought to it. I went garage selling earlier, spent $55. I bought a pressure washer. What else did I buy? Should have forgot already. I bought a vacuum for $5, a pressure washer. It was only $20. It looks like it's all there, although a friend of mine says the pump's bad on it. We'll see. I have another pressure washer I'm working on. The engine's giving me trouble. If this engine works, I just might swap the engine. Let's see. Although I think if I just I think there's like a dead chameleon in this one. Oh, see, people are parking here on the left-hand side. Smart. It says public beach access. People are parking there with their cars. Why not? That's smart. I'll have to do that summer time. See, this is Best Western. This is the hotel I want to buy to make it into a casino. And it looks like the people only work here Monday through Friday, which is silly. There's so much work to do. This place should be open, generating money already, and it's not. And it looks like they took all their pavers and put them on pallets, or they bought new pallets. So I'm looking down towards Pink Shell, and I see it's already jammed down there. So I'm not even going to go any further. I'm going to make it cut a beeline at one of these spots. This spot. This spot looks good. Maybe it's roped off here. We have to. See, they're trying to block people from parking. But that doesn't mean I can't still go. Like right here. This looks pretty open. Well, I'm getting off my bike because there's a lot of. It looks like the sand. Yeah, the sand is not strong enough, and there's a lot of tile around here. I don't want to put any pressure going over tile. I'll severely pop the tire. I actually inflated the tires too, so I did a full greasing of every part of the bike, including the brakes. Inflated the tires to 62 pounds each. So I am trying to respect the bicycle. Okay, this is not. We're gonna have to go over here. Wow, so much broken porcelain in this area. You need to practically filter this entire beach again if you buy this property. This is horrible. See ripped up sprinkler systems. It's just sad. And there's a little inlet here the beach was trying to create. It's horrible. I don't know if we can get through here, to tell you the truth. Not only that, the inlet went down in the middle of the foundation. Someone had a Generac generator that was completely wiped out here. Sad. Oh boy, did I choose a bad beach to go over. Alright, I'm committed now. Let's see here. Upset easy. Alright. All else fails, you gotta pick up the bicycle and carry it. Alright, typical high tide. Wonderful. Looks like they raked the beach, so I might be able to get through here. Hold on. Clouds are building. There could be a shower today. Oh wow. This beach looks hard, but it's not. It's soft. I have to walk in. I'm looking down towards Pink Shell. I see a lot of people on the beach down there, so I know Pink Shell is open. Yeah, they are raking the beach. Hello. So that's going to be an obstacle because I'm going that same direction. So I can get by them before you notice. So it looks like the tide's going out. The way that this part of the beach is kind of wet. And, I got a mountain bike. Oh, this part of the beach is kind of wet and the tide is out a little further right now. So it looks like the tide was high and it's slightly going out. So that's a good thing. Just glad that dog didn't try to jump on me. Alright. So I don't know what my theme is today. What is the theme? Work? No. Barbecues? No. Businesses? No. Now I did notice that at Little Star Island, there was a flipped over on its upside down, a pontoon boat. That's been removed. So that has already been a change I've seen between last week and this week. That's interesting. There's a lot of seaweed out here today. I see a lot of seaweed in the water. Not like thick in the water, just out by the shore. So this is cool. This dog's going out. Same dog I passed. Feels something like it's raining. This is Lynn Hall Park right now. And that's pretty cool. They brought their chairs, their tents, and they made like a little pavilion out of it. Your food kind of in the middle. Pretty awesome. You gotta be careful of this beach because there's a lot of ants, and ants smell food, and I'm telling you, they know how to walk. They could run from absolutely far away and come right over. A lot of people in the water. It's about 90 degrees right now. It's about 12:45 p.m. And there's a lot of clouds overhead too. More so than I would say normal, which lends me to believe that it may be rainy season. And luckily, because I just got this extra pressure washer for $20, I'm going to be working on a lawnmower and 2 pressure washers this afternoon. See, the tide is down a little bit, so I wouldn't be able to get through here if the tide was high. That's pretty cool. So they haven't, I'm looking at the food wagons. They haven't done anything. They haven't done anything like Beach Time Out, Pier 1. Oh, here's an ice cream truck. That's pretty cool. Ice cream here. Probably making a ton of money. I wonder if they have like territories they're forbidden from going beyond. A lot of people I see have their chairs far away from the water, so they must have been here a while, so the tide must have been high and just went out. So this is the perfect time to bicycle while the people are still positioned far from the water and the beach is still hard because the waves have just been here. Sorry, my vision had slightly waned a bit. I lost track of all these ditches I was driving. Wow, somebody with some kind of unicycle. That's pretty awesome, although scary. I wouldn't have it. Again, a lot of boats, they're hanging out in front of Lanakai. Lanakai must be open, they got bathrooms, so that's what happens with boats. Anywhere where there's a public bathroom, you're going to find boats anchored offshore. So, and you know, Lanakai has its beach restaurants now are open, so it doesn't just have the restaurants, it has the beach restaurants, so you get drinks and everything else. So pull up in your boat, you run out of beer or ice, whatever, just get off the boat and lounge on the beach and partake in the Lanakai. It's pretty cool. Keep playing frisbee in the water. It's a nice sloping beach though this week. So these boats are pretty impressive too, huh? Offshore, anchored offshore. Again, the tide's going out, so this is just awesome. I must have a whole beach to bicycle by myself. And the wind again is coming from the southwest, so it's pretty sweet. Some people are playing volleyball in the water. That's pretty awesome. Now, this is the place to be. Make sure you bring a cooler, at least 24 beers. You want to share. Don't think of just yourself. You got to bring a cooler, and you have to share with people. That's what makes a beach party.
They got tired.
Someone's flying a kite on the beach. That's pretty scary. What happens if that thing would have crashed and hit someone? So there's a lot of people here. And the beach is so wide now, so people have a lot of options. There's a little beach bar over there, and that's crowded right now. Little beach restaurant. So if you run out of beer, there's obviously no 7-Eleven right now. There's no, well, we'll see if Publix is open or not. With these beach carts on the beach, to me, I would assume Publix is open, because how would they get their ice cream? Either go to Publix or they have to go all the way down to Walmart. So with this ice cream on the beach, and this is the first time I've seen that. That's something new. Oh, here, someone's doing a video. All right, so I'm looking over towards the left, towards the Diamond Head Resort, and the hotel just north of there has been completely demolished into rubble, piles of rubble. So that's new, because there was still a portion of that building left last weekend. So that's visibly different between last weekend. And of course, the beach is always different. Every week I come here, the beach is always different. There's always either a different contour, a different grade on the beach, different types of seashells. I'm not seeing any seashells right now. There's nothing. Last weekend, you could have seashells to your heart's galore. You would have had buckets upon buckets. And it would have only taken you maybe an hour to get like 3 buckets full of beautiful shells. Right now, I don't see any shells. So people are picking up seashells with this. I don't see any size of seashell or any variety. Of course, that may happen as I get down towards, once I'm past Diamond Head, I just passed Diamond Head, so people are going to start waning, and I'm going to see more seashells. This being low tide, the shells could have been carried out to where the surf is breaking too. So, where that seaweed is, there probably is a lot of shells there. All right, so now I'm getting into a sparsely populated area. Again, this hotel on the left, the yellow hotel, The reason why I like this hotel is because the beach property, unlike a lot of the buildings in this area, this beach property, the units right on the beach, they survived without structural damage. Obviously they got flooded, but they survived, so it makes purchasing that property even more advantageous because the properties right on the beach survived. That's the thing. People are looking for shells, but again, this beach is wet here, so the tide has just receded. I would say within the last hour. Because it's too sunny like this for this beach sand to remain like this. The tide has to have just been pulled out. I'm looking over by Chapel to see. I see no sign of renovation. In fact, I'm seeing what looks like demolition of that church. So they actually may be knocking down that whole church. So we'll see when I bicycle back up on the road. It all depends. If the sea breeze is not a problem, I'll come back on the beach. I'm looking at some of these condos though on the left-hand side, and still you can see visible scars from Hurricane Ian. Not all the renovations and repairs have been done yet. Oh yeah, this beach is nice. Now I like how the seashells are sparsed out. The tide took them out. There are some seashells you have to watch out for. It's beautiful. Perfect bicycling weather. Yeah, I might come back on the beach. Although all these properties here, you have to have at least minimum $2 million. Better yet, you better factor in about 5 to 6, because even after you buy one of these pieces of properties, the renovations to it, the ground floor, the roof may need a complete redo. So yeah, look, tide's still going out in this area. So this is technically a sandbar I'm bicycling on. It's pretty awesome. The tire still isn't that caked of sand. The sandbar is pretty firm. I like it. Okay, now it's getting a little bumpy. A lot of dogs on the beach today. Let's go back up here. Okay, this is smoother. Alright, so we're coming up to the old Fort Myers Beach RV resort, the old Junkaroo. Junkaroo, of course, was completely destroyed and washed away. The Fresh Catch, which is near Junkaroo, that survived, but it looks like they're trying to fix it, but they're working at a snail's pace. But if you know, any of the properties standing are good investment opportunities, because obviously if they withstand 20 feet of water and they're still standing, they were built correctly and they've been inspected already at least twice. So they're well built. I mean, Fresh Catch, to the most part, it survived. It's just the equipment in that ground floor, even though the waves did encroach upon the second floor. It's amazing even to think like that, but they did. That's how high the water got? Yeah. I'm back on the sandbar. It's terrible. The sandbar is getting bigger. By next week, this sandbar will merge with the beach. See, they're building like a sand dune here. They're scraping the beach down and they're making a dune. That's, yeah, like that's gonna make it do any good. I mean, hey, might as well try. I mean, the beach, Hurricane Ian pumped 2 feet of additional sand on the beach, so you might as well. People are parking at Junkaroo again, so they must have moved the obstructions and people are parking here, because I don't see the place open. I don't see somebody charging for parking either. So that's interesting. There's a whole group of people in the water. Yeah, that must be their campsite there. Boat line. I'm not sure if we're going to go all the way down to, all depends. I might make this a traditional bike route and just go down to, the whatchamacallit, go down to the Publix, turn around and come back. These bicycling on the beaches are so nice. Because I might come back to the beach tomorrow. You never know. So the dune stops right here. Like it allows like a little inlet. Don't ask me why they did that. It looks like they're still building the dune. And as I look down further down the beach, they're still trying to build this. So it's pretty interesting. Passing the church right now. I got 2 water bottles in the car. I put 2 frozen water bottles in the car, and it's a nice cloud now. And one of them I opened up so it's thawing. The other one's still sealed. It's still frozen. So. Some of these homes, like this home on the left. Okay, I just took a look, and the Titanic house. I'm not sure if it collapsed upon itself or what, but that thing is one big pile of rubble right now. So there's no more Titanic house. So that's changed that I had not seen since last week, because last week it was still standing. A Titanic house, they probably just needed to push one pillar out of place and it would have collapsed. Because that thing looked majorly compromised. Okay, now I'm starting to see some seashells. I'm seeing a lot of fighting conchs and heart cockles. But that's just an indication that I'm seeing people pulling live shells too out of the water. So but I'm seeing a lot of better shells up here on the beach. This is an indication that the shelling is getting better. See, that is worth having a bicycle. This way you can bicycle down to where the shelling is good, then dismount from the bike and go shelling. If you have an electric bike and you don't mind you getting sandy, like that guy, and it's beautiful biking weather on the beach, yeah, I can go a little faster if I downshift a little bit. I upshifted because I wanted to, I'm getting a slight headwind now, which would actually be beneficial if I decided to bicycle back on the beach. right now. Oh yeah, I'm seeing a lot of color now. I just saw some apple murexes, saw some left-handed whelks. I'm seeing a lot of clamshells, small clamshells. A lot of fighting conchs, king's crowns. Yep, yeah, this is definitely where the shelling is. And then right towards the water, I'm seeing a lot of live shells. A lot of apple murexes. I'm seeing, looks like they're live though. I see left-handed whelks. Thank you. Looks like the beach is changing its composition now. I'm getting a steeper beach angle. Because right now I'm on the sandbar. Hold on. And this is where a lot of the seashells are. Wow. Left-handed whelks. A lot of clamshells everywhere. Everywhere there's clamshells. I'm crushing them. Let me get up here. Alright. Oh, here's a big pile of sand. Yeah, they're making this dune. They're probably charging everyone big bucks for that dune too. All the property owners on the beach here are probably paying that. Alright, here's Publix. Usually when I used to make bicycle videos, I would only go this far. There used to be a green building. I think they colored it. I think it's pink now. Or maybe it got whitewashed by the hurricane. But there's definitely too much seashells to go biking on the beach right now. I can't really go any further. Running the risk of running over a sharp shell. Alright, so we're going to turn around. Alright. We'll try to go back on the beach. Why not? Now we'll take a look at the Titanic house. And we'll also take a look at the church to see if they have anything but water. Since I have water in the car, it doesn't really matter. But if they have any of those soda cans or something, not that water stuff. That water stuff is disgusting. And I'll go for some of that. So, when I come back, oh, there's an alphabet cone. Wow. Hold on. We break for alphabet cones in shark size. Watch, I can't find it now. Shoot. See, this is a rare shell. I don't know why people don't pick it up. This is an alphabet cone. See, it's got some sand in it, but it's a small one, but still. That's a score. Those are rare. I put it in my pocket. Raw. And I was not even looking, it just caught my eye. It caught my peripheral vision. See, shelling in this area is really good. Now I could bet offshore it's even better, in where the surf is. That's usually where most of the good shells hang out, right there where the waves are breaking. And right now it's obscured because of all the seaweed. Oh man, there's a purple left-handed whelk. Hold on. This is also, left-handed whelks are common. But purple left-handed whelks are rare. Like this. This is a beautiful left-handed whelk. Look how big it is. I mean, it's just got this barnacle on it. But look at that. It's a good seashell. But I was looking actually at this one. I'm not sure if it was a purple one or not. See, it had some purple on the backside, but it's not. It's not a purple whelk. A purple whelk that's really purple is rare. That is still a beautiful shell. And it has a light color to it. You can see they're different. But now I'm looking in the water there. It looked like another alphabet cone. Tempted. Shelling is excellent right here. And this is where Publix is, so if you want to come down. The shelling will change by next week though. These seashells will be covered up by the beach. And they'll never be found again unless a hurricane comes. I'll give these seashells out to someone. Oh my God! I had to pass over it. Seashells are so good. All right, this is sad. It looks like someone collected these seashells and then threw them all back. Or the water just receded really fast. This is a shark's eye. It's not perfect, but yeah, it's a big one. It's not perfect. Just get that little borehole. But shucks, I guess I'm carrying 3 shells now. I have a little area right in front of my house. I put big seashells. I try not to put little stuff there because the little stuff looks out of place. The best time to find seashells is when they're doing excavation and they make big piles of unfiltered sand. That's where you find the best seashells. On Sanibel, you find even some of these ancient shells, which look like Janonias. Janonia is a very old shell. I find ancient shells that are actually even before Janonias that are on Sanibel. So Sanibel as an island has been here for a long time. Well, at least it's been a sandbar where seashell. Okay, I just drove over a really beautiful olive shell, but I pushed it down to the beach. I probably won't find it again. Just the seashells right now in this area. Oh my God, it's so good in this area. You can hardly go a step without passing over a beautiful shell. I'm gonna throw live shells back. I even see a lace murex right over here. Here's another one. So now I got 2. So, but this one's even more beautiful than the other one. It's a little smaller, but look at that. Just making sure there's no crab in there. I don't see a crab. Sometimes the hermit crabs, they know how to hide way in the back. But I'm not picking up the lace murex. It's a little dirty, but it's a beautiful shell. You want some seashells?
What do you got there?
I got 2 left-handed whelks and 2 shark's eyes.
6. Oh, cool, thank you.
I just can't carry them.
Gotcha.
It seems like right in this area, there are just tons of them.
Yeah, it seems like they're this whole area right here, they're kind of banked up.
Yeah. I mean, you'll find it right there in the surf, up and down the beach, but only right here does the seashelling start getting good. But you'll just be bending over all the time. The next half mile.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
No problem. I got rid of them. All right. Oh, see, here's the olive shell I was talking about. This is a smaller version of olive shells. Are kind of beautiful though. It's got a seashell shoved in here, but these you can easily get out. Just picked it out myself. These are beautiful. You want an olive shell? These are also beautiful.
Oh, those are my favorite, actually.
Yeah, you can make pendants out of them, like
those
augers
cool.
and pendants. Those.
You got a good eye.
Now I drove over a really big olive shell, almost twice as big as that, but because I drove over it, I pushed it into the beach. I don't know where it is now, but
Cool.
it's amazing. And I just drove over an apple murex, a nice one. There's no way I can go seashelling here. There's just so many good seashells. Made that guy's day. So now we got, look, there's hardly any clouds over the Gulf. But right over Fort Myers Beach, there's a big cloud right now. So the convection zone is right over the beach here. All right, so it's good to get rid of the seashells. So now I'm looking down, and again, the seashells are gone. And I hardly see any. Okay, I saw one fighting conch there. Okay, King's Crown. Okay, there's a King's Crown and fighting conch. But those are a little more common than the seashells I found. Okay, the seashells aren't too bad in this area, but they're way good back there. Okay, I saw a fighting conch. Okay, we'll have to stop. This is terrible. I'm stopping like every 5 feet. You have to stop because these shells are hard to come by. So here's a shark's eye, another one. And then the shell I was looking at, which I thought was something different, but it's not, is one of those fighting conch looking seashells. It's not perfect. I'm gonna throw it back, but the shark's eyes I like, so I'm gonna keep that. A cat's eye is like a shark's eye, but it's a little lighter in color. It's got like a pale looking color, whereas this one has like a purple looking color. Shark's eyes are purple. Cat's eyes are pale with like little lions, like little squiggles on them. All right, now I'm weaving in and out of the King's Crown because there are quite a few here. Still, right in front of Publix there is the best. You know, little areas here that I just can't. If I keep on looking down, I'm going to see a seashell. Terrible. I'm trying not to. It's sad that people are parked on the beach here. And, you know, these shells have been exposed for at least an hour, and you know, I think people would pick them up. I mean, live shells I can understand throwing them back, but not picking them up. But good seashells like this, no. Alright, so the seashells are waning a little bit. Again, the tide's still going out, so some of it, you know, the tide can't hold so much. I saw a beautiful apple murex that just passed. Lots of little tiny apple murexes. I'm looking for something that's extraordinarily nice, like another cone shell or a Junonia, a rare shell. Oh, I just passed over another shark's eye. I should have picked it up. Oh well, there's too many of them. I give it to people of interest. I like that guy who was walking his dog on the beach. Looked like a cool guy. So, all right. Now I'm in the seashell zone. All right. A lot of these clamshells. And again, if you're making seashell decorations or ornaments, it's always good to get a couple clamshells. So if you're going back up north and you're only allowed to take 10 pounds on the plane, make sure you at least put some of them in, because you bleach them and then you shellac them in and glue them. And you can glue them before you shellac them. That's not a big deal. It may actually be better. But if you're making a lamp, the best thing to do is just fill the lamp and nail the lamp before you leave. And that way you can get all 50 pounds up there without having to compromise your luggage. Of course, if you have an Uber driver or someone taking your luggage, then yeah, pile it on. Why not? All right. So this cloud is following me. It's nice. I'm looking out towards Sanibel. Beautiful. Crystal clear. I can see it vividly. There is a little bit of, there is some sun on Sanibel. I see a little haze level. Oh, here's the church right here. All right. Oh yeah, we should look at the Titanic house. Let's see, how can I get there from here? Good question. Oh, we're gonna have to go overland. All right. Okay, we have to see the Titanic house first. All right. I'm gonna come back on the beach. See, this is the dune they're building. It's somewhere between 4 and 5 feet high above the beach level. It's not going to do anything for hurricane. Hurricane will plow through this within 10 minutes. This is nothing. This is like a big sandcastle. The hurricane or any high tide would just blow through this, no problem. If this was the Mississippi River, yeah, it may hold it back for a day or two, but not a hurricane or a high tide. High tide, forget it. Plow through that in minutes. So it's just a false feeling of security. There's the Titanic house straight ahead. And it's just a pile of rubble now. There's a backhoe over there too, a John Deere, so obviously that's how it made its fate. So if anybody wanted to buy that, you're too late. Now I don't have to talk about it anymore. So that's it, the Titanic house, done deal. Done deal. It's etched in history in my previous videos. All right. So, here's the church. They still haven't put back the roof. I don't know what they're waiting on. You know, it's kind of silly. I need to fix that roof pronto. Rainy season is right now, I'd say. And I still haven't fixed this gap in the road either. Oh, I gotta mount the bike. Hold on. Oh. Traffic is down on Fort Myers Beach right now. I don't know what's going on. Last week and this time, there was the running of the roses, the Kentucky Derby, and a lot of people opted to stay home that day because the race started at 9 o'clock, and there's like a lot of people, you know, they make it like a full day. They put their big screen televisions maybe even outside. They invite a lot of people over. The commercials are, you know, usually better than usual. So you have better than usual commercials on during every single intermission between horse races. The Kentucky Derby was doing something special, so yeah, it was kind of interesting to see that as well. It's this food pantry here. So just like that little cloud dissolved, and now we're back into sunshine. Because we're in the convergence zone, and I guess it hit some kind of an upload. I'm gonna leave my seashell here as payment. They can have a seashell on the. Oh, are they giving away chips? Unbelievable! What nice people. Oh, it's a jumbo snack mix. Oh wow. Tiger paws. Oh, this is like a cereal. Oh. No, it's gonna be a tight squeeze in my bag here. I got it in there. Let's see if I get two in there. Okay. I got two in my bag. All right. Let's see what we got over here. I gave him a tiger's paw. That's about a fair trade. Okay, you get this noble water stuff. That's garbage. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, the same garbage. This stuff is just, it's hideous. They had that Celsius, like peach water, and I like that stuff. But I don't see it anymore here. They must have given it all away. All right, well, I got water back in my car. It doesn't matter. So, is anything new knocked down here? I don't see it. This blue house here. See, they're still working on it. 2-person job. Wow. You're never going to make any headway doing that. The people are standing around tired. I mean, you need a crew of people. So these people, the work ethic builds upon other people. Like and what I found the best way of working is you have a 2-person team, and the 2 people work. They complement each other. When one person gets tired, the other person takes over, and then you feel, you get exhilarated looking at the other guy. You get strength back, and you can work harder. But then when you have 2 teams, two person teams, that's when it really excels, because now you're really pushing yourself, because you do have this mental, it doesn't matter whether you're in competition or not, you got this mental competition going on, and with 2 people, you start really getting work done. So that's when, having a team like that, a two-person team, that's when you really can get stuff done. So I would recommend that if you're ever trying to get stuff done on small projects. Like a single house, 4 people, that's a bare minimum. All right, I think I should go back to the beach because it's kind of boring over here. Oh, I was waiting for the beach to get narrower. All right, I guess I should try Rotten Isle. So I don't see an easement, but then again, I don't see a way I can get back from the road to the beach. Oh, here's a concrete pathway. It's interesting. And this looks like an easement right here. All right, try it. Oh, so this is right at the old fire station. It looks like there's an easement going back, and the sand here is too soft. So just remember that at the fire station. And I'm wondering if you could park there too. Oh, there's no parking. Okay, there you go. So the Titanic house is gone. All right. one less thing to talk about, and one less landmark to contend with. And there's actually a break in the sand dunes here. This is weird. Right. We got our nice cloud back. How nice. Okay, the pool to the right of me is empty. There's no water in it. I gotta put water in fast. I mean, the groundwater in this area is really low. It's down by, it's basically tidal water. It goes up a little bit from the tide, a little bit, maybe an inch or two, but for the most part, you won't have to worry about your pool popping out of the ground unless there's a really high tide, and the high tide pushes up that groundwater, and you have an empty pool like that. Well, forget it. Now, if you have tide actually running into the pool, it may not push it up, but it may fill it with salt, and that would be, it's gonna kill your filter, unless you have a saltwater filter, it doesn't matter. You're still gonna have to clean your, you're still gonna have to clean your filter, per se. So, going now, let's get on the beach first. I'm looking down towards the beach, though. On one side of the beach, sparsely populated, the south side. North side is crowded, especially down by Diamond Head and Wanakai. All right. So again, this beach is just gorgeous, and the water is azure. And because there's a little onshore flow, then there's a little, not much waves because it's low tide. High tide you're going to see a lot more waves, but low tide it's pretty shallow out there. I see people about 3 feet deep. Okay, so now I'm facing a little headwind again. We're going to have a downshift. It's kind of bumpy down here. Seashells up here. I'm looking. I don't see anything. It must have been taken back with the surf or buried. I don't see anything worth picking up here. Just some broken seashells. Again, you'll find out. We get more people were pedaling the beach. The beach is pickling. I saw like a left-handed whelk over there, a small one though. So if you're just going to be trawling out in the water, the best thing to have is a pontoon boat, because a pontoon boat, again, if you're just going in zero to 1 foot, back bay, pontoon boat is fine. If you try to push that 1 to 3 feet, it's going to be a rocky ride. But if you're on, even if you go down to the Keys, there is the Florida Reef, which blocks a lot of heavy action waves from the Florida Strait. So you'll get some moderate little chop, but you're not going to get big waves. It's good if you just want to lollygall and you don't want to go fast, and if fishing is your thing. The nice thing about a pontoon boat is that if you get one with a canopy like that, a big canopy, it allows a lot of space for people to put down lounge chairs, even, not just sitting chairs, but fully reclined folding chairs, and get a nice, nice nap in, and a shaded nap as it is. If you're on another boat, there's not enough. I don't know. Yeah. Boats with no canopy you're meant to get off the boat, whether you're snorkeling, scuba diving, or just going to a beach and you want to sun on the beach. That's what those open boats are for. Or getting through high seas to get to a destination, which is like another dock, maybe to go out to eat lunch or so. That's where those boats come in handy. But if you're out fishing, you're just lollygagging, you're going real slow, and you're going to be out in the water and you're not worried about chop, then the pontoon boat's perfect. Pontoon boat could hold more gas too, and it can hold more people. So, and you can bring a grill out too, which is nice. So you can bring a grill out. You can put a French fry freezer on it. You can bring a lot of ice cream. I mean, it really it sells itself after one or two fishing expeditions in the river or on Okeechobee Bay. Oh, yeah, you'll see the benefit. But of course, if you want to go to to the Bahamas, you want to go across the Florida Strait, you should get a cabin cruiser in case you do get the 5 to 7 foot waves, the swells there, but because there is a lot of wake out there too from other boats. And granted, there are some of those days that it looks placid. You might be able to make it from Miami to Bimini, but it may look placid right from Miami, but you get out there in the Strait, right where the deepest channel is, the Gulf Stream, and you're going to wonder where these swells are coming from because there's no boats in that area. It's just the Strait is moving between 5 and 7 knots, and it's making its own swells. And those old swells, they'll create a thunderstorm in no time. The Bahamas thunderstorm can crop up out of nowhere, just like Florida. All right, so we're coming up to the Diamond Head. So people are still out. It's been about 1 o'clock. You can see shelling is dead in this area. No point even looking down. It's just completely devoid of shells. It's kind of a courtesy to nod or say hello when people are looking straight at you, even if they don't say hello back. Well, yep. Wow. Wow. So the tide's still going out. So it looks like the wind's picking up. So when you have wind picking up like this, that'll actually pick the evaporation. This being tide's going out, the beach is evaporating a lot. So you're going to have clouds building a lot over the beach. Because there's wind, there's a tide going out, the sand is drying because of the double time, because of the sun and the wind. And that moisture is being carried right straight up in the air because this is the convection zone, the convergence zone, whatever you want to call it. So that's why you have these clouds building over the beach and not over the Gulf. So that's a couple interesting things. So the hotel just north of Diamond Head got knocked down, officially, finally, that got knocked down. And then the Titanic house got knocked down. So those two significant changes, as well as the pontoon boat on Little Cerro Island is gone. That's a third change. Now, of course, more of this dune is being created on the beach, so that's a little more of a change. And Lanakai, look how crowded it is. Wow. So it looks like there is another, see there's a, on the right here, there's a beach like restaurant bar. They're crowded, but they're not as crowded now. Lanakai seems to be taking back a lot of its former glory. Just past the pink lighter on the beach. But there's a little beach bar right before the Lanakai, and that has, you know, it's showing cold beer flags, it's showing ice for, I don't know what that is, ice for something, ice for beer, ice for sale, okay, I thought it said ice for beer. So the beach is crowded. People don't seem to be, they think the tide's going to come in, so they're back. So if all these people were to come to my channel, either they find me by garage selling or they find me by beach bicycling, I would have thousands of subscribers. I'm only seeing the problem with seaweed up here. It seems to be getting worse up here. So here's Margaritaville, and I can see that they're starting to paint it. Looks like they filled in some windows that they had. They were planning on more windows, but because of the hurricane, they decided to scale that back. And there's a guy from Telluride. I was watching where he's going. Luckily, I was watching him. Okay. I need to put I have a bicycle thermos holder in my garage. I just got to drill it in. I don't have the mounting holes here. So just take a second. I'll put that on when I get back home. I have so much work to do in the garage as well as some welding. Today's going to be a busy day. I just see a pelican. I can't believe it. I haven't seen a pelican in a while. There's always one pelican there. I see right around the West Coast Surf Shop, there is an amalgamation of food trucks, one of them being ice cream. So that's just for a lot of interest. I see 8 porta potties next to Lynn Hall Park. But the porta potties in Times Square have been removed, so there's just the 8 at Lynn Hall Park. So there's less porta potties, but 2 of them are. Actually, I take it back. Only one of them is handicapped now. heavenly bicycling. I could do this all day. I mean, I wish I had more power on the phone. I'm using 2 cameras. I'm using my Samsung. It's an S. I'm trying to think what it is now. It's an S31 with like 64 gig of internal memory, and then I have also a 4K bullet camera that 4K video, that is, and it takes 100. It has 128 gigabyte stick in it. So I got both of those going simultaneously. Sorry. And if you notice, when I make my videos, I use the 4K video one. Even though the Samsung one is better quality still-wise, my bullet camera takes better action. So because it takes better action, there's no waving effect. I use that one. Now the bullet camera has a more sensitive camera, so wind is more pronounced. I don't like that, so I use the quadraphonic Samsung phone, because I like that it has 2 left and 2 right channels on it. So I'm going back to the Best Western. I love this hotel. I wish I could make a casino out of it. I got the best idea for a casino too. I'm thinking about putting a GoFundMe out there. Getting a group of investors to invest in buying this and making it into a casino. Because the skeleton crew that they have going right now just ain't working for this place. And look at this property here. I would need probably about $60 million, that is a bare minimum, to convert this, to get all the property around here and get the permits and get the parking garage built and get I'm not sure what type of casino I would need, but the casino doesn't need to be on the beach per se. It could be inland. So that's the one of the advantageous thing about it, or at least the first casino doesn't need to be on the beach. And then once the casino starts making money, which it would, they would both rent out the hotel rooms. They would be gambling inside the hotel rooms as well, and then it would start buying up adjacent property, just like Pink Shell is. In fact, I would buy up all the property from Pink Shell all the way here, and that eventually it would be a huge casino right on the beach. And just like Pink Shell, everything would be raised 25 feet above the ground here. So the biggest hurricane could roll on through. Since we already had Hurricane Ian with a 12.5-foot surge plus a 5 to 7 foot surf on top of it. And that actually was a Category 3, they say. Still, it was huge. If we had a true Category 5 or larger, we were talking about 20-foot storm surge, 7 to 11 feet waves. So we're talking possibly 30 feet of water here. That much water would wipe out every single concrete structure except the most hardy. I mean, literally only Pink Shell and maybe Margaritaville and Diamond Head would be left. Everything else, every concrete structure here would be wiped out if you had a 30 foot wall of water. 20-foot surge plus another 11 feet of surf on top of that. I mean, that wave crashing, that power of that crashing wave, that would be like a freight train hitting you, and you would have maybe, how many waves coming in like that? Probably about 2,000. Wow, 2,000 freight trains hitting you. So this video is going to be a little short. I mean, we went to and fro on the beach, so it wasn't too bad. But I didn't check and see if Publix is open. I doubt it, because normally when Publix is open, there's a lot of people on the beach in front of that area of Publix, and I didn't see it. So I can almost make a good prediction that Publix is not open, because there wasn't a lot of people on the beach. Because people like to go shopping at Publix, and then they use Publix as a free car park area to go to the beach. Okay, this building I'm just passing on the left-hand side, it's got It's got potentially 16 units, and the building looks abandoned now. Again, there was Hopium, and they abandoned it. This building here on the left, this old hotel, again, there was a lot of Hopium. They stripped it out. The insurance company probably robbed them. They didn't get enough money, and now they're out of money, and they're looking for a buyer, as is. But the nice thing is that they have a white code enforcement sticker, which means that, oh, that's right, I didn't park over here. I have to go back over the bridge. All right, so we're going to see the lighthouse then. All right, so yeah, I didn't park over here. I forgot. I usually park over here, but I got here late to the beach because garage selling, I would have got here early, but a friend of mine really wanted to go to this one store. He really wanted to go to this one garage sale. And I think I did end up spending some money there. I skipped I don't remember. I guess I went through Times Square. Yeah, I had to. All right. Oh, maybe I did skip it. That doesn't really matter. I'll try to come back there tomorrow. These stores also on the left-hand side, they should have made a more serious attempt to get them back started. This one especially on the left right here, it's a solid construction.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this here is a newer building, but obviously they got flooded. And they're putting up barricades as if they expect to get flooded again. For rent. No one's going to pay that. But you need to have hotels in this area. There are some hotels on this block. There's the Lighthouse. There's, Margaritaville is just about to open. Diamond Head is open. Pink Shell is open. Lanakai is open. But there used to be second floors here. They used to rent. These second floors aren't rented right now. This beach store is open. It's kind of nice. There's a garage. Used to be a garage restaurant on the right-hand side there. That's not open. That's sad. And then there was a whole bunch of hotels here that got blown down. But they're no longer in business, which is sad. Hello.
Hey.
I'm going to go down here to Wahoo Willie's and check it out. There used to be a hotel over here somewhere that got wiped out. But it's like Budweiser's handing out more paraphernalia to try to build back up brand image, even though they got wiped out, and they'll never come back. It's built into people's psyche now that Budweiser's a low-cost beer, so it's always going to be a cheap beer for the next couple of years. Oh, thank you. Sorry about that. I want to come down here because it's nice and shady. It's terrible though. Oh, sorry about that. A nice bar in here.
That was how long ago?
It was $5 for 2 hours. This place here still hasn't come back online, this Nervous Nelly's. But there is a hotel here to my right, and this thing is back online, which is amazing. And Matanzas on the bay, wow, that's open now. Okay, that's something different. Looks like the upstairs is open, the downstairs doesn't look open. That's pretty awesome that the upper deck's open. So I see a lot of cars in the parking lot. So it looks like they're still working on the lower level. That's awesome. And the upper level looks awesome, to tell you the truth. They built a whole new outside bar area covered. So, and you need that in the summertime. Now the rainy season is coming, I'm telling you. Thunderstorms can pop up. They usually pop up sometime around noon for a quick, and then around 4 or 5 o'clock they build up again. So you have to have covered here in Florida, not just because of the sun, but because of rain in the summertime. Sometimes you would think that the rainy season would never end here, but that's the monsoon time. It's June 1st to November 1st, and then it stops. So those full June, July, August, September, October, November, 6 months. Now, in June you don't get that much. The second half of June, oh yeah, definitely every single day. And then the Usually the rainy season is over by Halloween. You do get those the glimmer of hurricanes that try to come through around that time as well. But for the most part, rainy season is over by the beginning of October. We got lucky with that hurricane hitting us September 28th. That's for sure. Okay, so there's about 40 people around the bar, and this is the lighthouse. This is the tiki hut. And there's about 20 people in and around the pool, so it's pretty cool. And then of course across the street on the left, you got that's Margaritaville. And they put the banisters on, which really look nice, and they're made out of metal, which is interesting. Aluminum looks like, bolted onto the ground. And in some parts they're actually gluing it. I guess they're metal gluing it. That's amazing. This is some kind of metal glue. Wow, that's interesting. Why? And they're slowly rebuilding the lighthouse, fixing up some of the exterior. I like this cloud blocking the sun. That gave me a 0.10 mile per hour point. 0.1 mile per hour increase. There was like a bow shockwave of wind that just propelled me like a fraction of a mile per hour. Okay, that wore off. I'm at the downshifts again. Yeah, low tide looks like low tide. It looks like most of the shrimping boats not only got fixed, it looks like a lot of the shrimp boats got money and they built or bought brand new shrimp boats. Because I'm seeing some really nice white colored shrimp boats. Like they were fully insured. So that's a good sign. I don't see the pirate ship, so it must be back out. I'm seeing a lot of boats moored in looks like designated parking spots. So they must be renting those spots. We're past the inflection point. We're going over the top of the bridge. I feel like I'm the space shuttle. I feel like I'm a SpaceX rocket. I just hit maximum aerodynamics. I get to up the throttle now. Wow. Oh wow. Alright, the boats are still crashed into Bonita Village. There's two boats that I see there. One's crashed up on the dock and the other one's overturned on a dock. They're never going to take them away. They give the place atmosphere. And Dixie Fish Company is open, I can see. And there's pelicans down there, I can see. But Dock Forge is not open. I see there's a lot of like cars parked there, but it's just for construction crews or people at the Gulf Star Marina. I don't see anybody eating at Dock Forge. So I got some sand up on my brakes now. Now my brakes are making noise again. right, hope you enjoyed the trip. And until tomorrow. Hasta mañana.